Hey folks, how's it going? It's time for another review. Another month has gone by. Time is flying. July is gone and we're in the first week of August now, so I figured I would go over all the things that I accomplished in July and the things I unfortunately didn't accomplish in July, and look forward to the month of August here. Um, Before I get into it though, I want to talk just briefly about working and motivating yourself and doing things even when you're not feeling motivated. It's the first week in August right now, and I'm on holidays with my day job. And it's just one of those weeks where I just really don't feel like doing anything creative. So it's difficult because I told myself at the beginning of the year I was going to make at least one video every week. So it's one of those things where I'm pushing myself to do something even if I don't want to, which I think is good sometimes. But it's also a balance of trying to find that, making sure I take care of my mental health and I do the other things that I need to do, as well as, accomplishing my goals. So just looking back through the month of July, I didn't accomplish everything I wanted to in July, and that's okay. There's a few things I did accomplish, and, that makes it worthwhile to write down goals and have them. It's good to have it in front of you so that you know, what you're looking forward to a little bit, and it just kind of gives you that extra push sometimes when you don't want to do things to do them. So in July, the projects that I finished, let's start with that. So the first and biggest project that I finished would be the Riddles in the Dark diorama, which is just above my head here on the shelf. And overall, I would say it turned out really well. I'm happy with the overall, end product. I made it too big, and I think I mentioned that in the video a couple of times. I would scale it down a lot now if I would rebuild that same scene. And moving forward, other dioramas that I build, I'm gonna, try making them on much smaller of a scale. It was fun and it turned out well. It's just, it was a lot of work for what it was, and that's something that I'm gonna learn and hopefully get better at as time goes on, is figuring out how much time and effort I'm gonna have to put into certain projects. I guess moving from that project, the other one I mentioned in July that I would like to work on is the Prancing Pony. And that is still something I want to work on, but I'm going to leave that one kind of mulling and simmering right now. I'm going to try to come up with some ideas of how I can do different sections of the building and maybe do parts of it at a time, because that's definitely going to be a big build. It's going to be, much bigger, I think, even than this one. So a lot more detail, and like detail that needs to be accurate, whereas a cave, it can be kind of whatever. The Prancing Pony, it kind of all has to fit together. So what else did I accomplish here? So shop cleanup was something I had on my list. Now, I don't want to say that I accomplished this because it was mostly my wife. She got out there and started cleaning up the garage because she wanted to park the van back in the garage, and I came out and helped, not feeling super motivated this week, but, we went out there and she was a huge help in getting that done. So I would say the garage is like 80% clean. I mean, it's cleaned up, but it's a small garage. We live in town now, and so there's a lot of tools and a lot of stuff packed into a small space. I really wanted to bring my blacksmithing stuff over and put it inside. I have it stored outside at my day job right now. I don't know if it's going to work to put it inside, so I'm going to have to continue thinking of a possible solution for that. I can use that stuff at my work in the shop there, but it means taking it in and out every time, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out yet, or what I'm going to do with that. But as far as a few, woodworking projects and smaller projects that require the shop, I can do that now, which means that I can work on my game table. I got a couple of other wood projects that I want to make. I have a wooden sword that I started that I'd like to finish. I have an idea in my mind of making just a simple shield, just to hang on the wall as a decoration, so making that out of wood. And yeah, like the game table, like I mentioned, I want to work on that as well. I didn't start that last month because, again, the shop was just too messy, and I didn't want to try working around all the mess and stuff that I had on the floor. So the shop is ready now. I might actually start on the game table this week, depending on how I feel and what other things are going on, but I might start on that. Another thing that I worked on a little bit, but I didn't really accomplish too much, was the treasure hunt that I made. So I made the treasure hunt for my daughter for her birthday, and I mentioned that I wanted to make it into a format that could be playable and usable by other people. So I have some good ideas of how to do it. I haven't got it done yet. I'm still kind of mulling over a few of the ways to make the logistics work in the format. So that is something that I'd like to work on in August. I don't know that I necessarily want to get it done in August. I just want to work on it and see how it progresses. I'm not going to push that one too much. The website is another thing. So creatingmike.com is my website. And I did post a couple of times in July, which is great. But I would like to post 3 times in July, or in August now. So that's kind of my goal, is to post 3 different posts, giving myself the week off this week, and then hopefully once a week posting something on their project that I'm working on or have maybe completed already. So another thing that I still have sitting on my table is the dinosaurs. I mentioned last month I would like some ideas and help with kind of trying to figure out what to do. I'm still mulling it over. I have a troll from the Lord of the Rings miniatures game, and I was thinking about like cutting his legs off and sticking him on top of the Triceratops that I have. I thought it would be kind of a funny miniature conversion. So I might do that. We'll see. I haven't quite decided yet if I'm going to hack and smash the troll up and do that. But that's those dinosaurs. I still want to do something with those. As far as reading goes, I mentioned that I started reading the Keepers of the Lost Cities book series, and I'm actually on the 3rd book now in that series, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm finding a bit of time here and there to read, not a ton, but more than I had been in the last couple of months, which is nice. And I think the one other idea that I'd like to work on this month, for sure. Well, I say for sure now, but it might not be for sure, is a Gandalf diorama. So I just want to do something small. I have it in my mind to possibly do the scene where he encounters the three tunnels that basically, as they're going through the mines of Moria, he comes to the place where he has, I have no recollection of this place. So he sits there for quite a while and mulls it over and has a really good sit and talk with Frodo there. And eventually he, figures out the right path to go. So I like that as a pivotal point in the movie, and it's a kind of a really, it could go either way, right? They could get totally lost, or they could find the correct way. It's a huge mind, so it's a scene that always sticks in my mind. So I'd like to recreate that, and it's not a difficult diorama. I don't think it's going to be a fairly small one, so that's something I'd like to do. And one other thing I purchased, I think I might have mentioned it. Maybe I didn't mention it in my hobby pickup video. Is I picked up a cheap canvas. So just a small canvas. I'd like to do an acrylic paint of some sort. I probably will share it. Whether I do share it or not may depend on how badly it turns out, because I've done very little painting and I'm not good at it at all. So it's just something I've wanted to try some more of, and maybe take some lessons and just see if I can get better at it. So that's something I might do this month as well. And also, if there's something else that pops up that I feel like trying, I might try that as well. So let me know what kind of things you guys have been working on this month, and let me know if you accomplished some goals that you had set for yourself last month. Maybe a few highlights, disappointments possibly. I had some of each of those throughout the last month. There's a few things that worked out really well, and a few things that I didn't get done that I thought I would. So yeah, post below in the comments how things are going for you, and if you have any suggestions or ideas of projects that I could work on, or things you're interested in learning about that I maybe could learn alongside you guys. And thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you want to follow along with my crazy antics, and I will see you again next time.